Globally, it is estimated that there are only 80,000 humpback whales left in the wild, and tonight there is one less of these magnificent creatures swimming in the sea. A 30-foot whale was found just off the shores of Barranco in extremely shallow and murky waters.
My cameraman, Alex Ellis, and our project assistants went out there with the assistance of the Barranco community, and we found a whale that was more or less appeared to be stationary. It was moving, it was breathing, but it was in obvious distress. And the water at that time was extremely, visibility was very, very low in the water. So they were able to document what they saw at the scene. And it was actually as they were leaving, the anchor of the boat got caught up on something. And when they brought it up, they realized it was a gill net. And then they were able to deduce that that same gill net was caught up around the tail of it. I've since seen reports that other fishermen were able, and just people that use the area were able to share that they had seen gill nets around other portions of its body.
A humpback whale in the Caribbean Sea is not a common sighting for many Belizeans, but on February 24th, the large mammal was initially spotted in Belize. It was seen in the deep water channel near the Big Creek port, Scipio Key, 15 miles away from Placencia, in Riversdale, and in Puerto Barrios, Guatemala.
Certainly a humpback whale in Belizean waters is an extremely rare occurrence. There was an incident in 2011 where a humpback whale was also spotted in the region of Turneffe. But in this year, in February, it was extremely rare for a humpback to be seen in tropical waters. According to the experts, they come to this part of the world to breed, to give birth, and while they're here, they're eating krill and small fish. So it is indeed extremely tragic that something so magnificent and something so extremely rare met its demise in Belize. Usually these are, of course, very deep water traveling. Humpback whales have the record for furthest migration, thousands of miles. They're very popular with whale watchers because they're able to, as big as they are, they can grow more than 50 feet. They can propel their entire bodies out of the water. They're used for commercials and that sort of thing. It's very disheartening to see that such a rare sighting and had to, definitely part of the factor of its demise was a gill net.
But on Monday morning, the whale was dead. Now, gill net is a wall of nylon netting used by some fisher folks, and environmentalists say it is indiscriminate. But gill net fishing is legal in Belize. As it currently stands, 200 permits have been issued by the Fisheries Department, and efforts by Oceana Belize is for this type of fishing to be banned in the country. VP Chanona says that while it is not believed that the gill net was the cause for the death of the mammal, it compounded the situation.
We don't know exactly what caused this animal to die. Some of the scientists say it was either lost or sick, but without a doubt, the issue of gill nets compounded the situation and limited the range of movement for this mammal, and that's very disappointing. This type of incident, Dwayne, helps to highlight that even though gill nets may look innocuous and we might be telling ourselves it's only a small number of people using it, it highlights the fact that even something as big and seemingly as strong as a 30 or 40-foot whale can be affected by and hurt by a gill net. Our consultations with fishermen across the coastal communities continue, and they continue to reveal that, many fishermen agree that the gill nets are indiscriminate. There needs to be a transition to cleaner gear. And what we've formally proposed to the Fisheries Department is we look at a situation where a ban is announced as early, there's no reason to suggest as early as June. And then we have a 2-year period where the fishermen would be supported in transitioning to cleaner gear. And then the effect of the ban would take place in June 2018.
Persons from the Oceanic Society and local experts will conduct a necropsy and other identification process on the corpse of the mammal in the days to come to determine the cause of death and the age of the humpback whale. Dwayne Moody for News 5.